Across the dry deserts of North America, something tiny moves silently through the sand. At first glance, it looks like an ordinary lizard. But when a predator gets too close, this strange reptile reveals one of the most shocking defenses in the animal kingdom. It can suddenly spray blood from the corners of its eyes. A defense so bizarre that it almost sounds like a myth. Meet the horned lizard, a heavily armored desert survivor built to withstand some of Earth's harshest conditions. Its flattened body is covered with sharp scales and intimidating horns. These structures make the lizard look far more dangerous than its tiny size suggests. But the horns aren't just decoration. They can make the lizard extremely difficult for predators to swallow. Its body is perfectly shaped for desert life. Instead of sprinting constantly, the horned lizard often relies on camouflage. Its sandy brown and reddish patterns blend almost perfectly with the ground. Sometimes the safest place to hide is right in front of a predator. An approaching predator scans the desert floor. The lizard remains completely motionless. Its breathing slows. Its body becomes almost impossible to distinguish from the surrounding rocks and sand. But the predator keeps coming. The horned lizard now has to make a decision. Suddenly, it inflates its body. Its spiny armor becomes even more intimidating. The predator attempts to bite. But the lizard's horns create a dangerous obstacle. If that doesn't work, the horned lizard has another weapon, one that predators never expect. Tiny blood vessels around its eyes can build up enormous pressure. And when the lizard releases that pressure, a thin stream of blood can shoot from near its eyes. The predator is suddenly hit with a completely unexpected defense. For some predators, especially certain canids, the strange taste and smell can be enough to make them release the lizard. A bizarre defense, but potentially life-saving. Yet the horned lizard has more than one survival trick. Its diet is almost entirely made up of one tiny desert creature. Thousands of ants can become a single meal. The horned lizard's specialized tongue allows it to capture them rapidly. But how can a lizard survive almost entirely on ants in a scorching desert? And how does its body collect enough water to survive? As the morning sun rises higher, the desert becomes increasingly hot. The horned lizard begins its search for its favorite prey. Ahead, a trail of ants moves across the dusty ground. For this unusual predator, the hunt has begun. The lizard slowly approaches the colony. It doesn't need to chase its prey, it simply waits for the perfect opportunity. One ant comes within range. The horned lizard suddenly extends its sticky tongue. The prey disappears instantly. Then another ant, and another. One by one, the lizard continues feeding. Some horned lizards can consume enormous numbers of ants in a single day. Their specialized diet makes them perfectly suited to life in the desert. But eating thousands of ants comes with a hidden danger. Many ant species contain defensive chemicals that can be harmful to predators. The horned lizard has evolved specialized adaptations that allow it to handle this unusual diet. Its entire digestive system is built around surviving on ants. The desert heat continues to rise. The lizard now needs to find shelter. Instead of running into a deep cave, it may bury itself beneath loose soil. Only its head and horns remain visible. From above, the lizard almost disappears. Its camouflage turns the desert floor into a natural hiding place. But a hungry bird spots the movement. The predator suddenly dives toward the ground. The horned lizard freezes. Its horns point toward the approaching attacker. The bird tries to grab it, but the lizard's body is covered with sharp protective structures. The predator hesitates. The tiny lizard has transformed into a difficult and dangerous target. Then comes the ultimate defense. The horned lizard raises the pressure in blood vessels near its eyes. A sudden spray of blood shocks the predator. For an animal expecting an easy meal, the strange defense can be enough to end the attack. But blood isn't the only weapon. The lizard can also inflate its body, making itself even harder to swallow. Its entire body becomes a spiky, armored fortress. A predator that came looking for an easy meal suddenly faces an impossible challenge. Yet surviving predators is only part of the story. As the desert cools beneath the evening sky, the horned lizard begins another search for food. For this tiny reptile, every day is a battle between heat, hunger, and predators. During the breeding season, males search across the desert for females. Their journey can take them across wide stretches of harsh terrain. After mating, the female searches for soft soil. She digs a shallow underground nest where her eggs can develop safely. Depending on the species, a female may lay several eggs in a single clutch. She carefully covers them with soil before leaving. There is no parental care after the nest is hidden. The tiny hatchlings must face the desert completely on their own. Weeks later, miniature horned lizards emerge from beneath the ground. Their tiny bodies already carry the horns and armor of their parents. But being born in the desert doesn't make survival easy. Young horned lizards are vulnerable to birds, snakes, coyotes, and other predators. Their best weapon is often camouflage. A motionless hatchling can disappear against sand, stones, and dry vegetation. As the young lizards grow, their horns become more pronounced. Their armored appearance becomes an increasingly effective defense. Scientists are fascinated by the horned lizard's ability to survive on a diet dominated by ants. Few vertebrates are so specialized for hunting these tiny insects. But specialized animals can become vulnerable when their environment changes. Habitat loss, road development, invasive species, and changes in prey availability can threaten local populations. Some horned lizard species have experienced serious declines in parts of their range. Protecting their desert habitats is essential for their future. The horned lizard may be small, but its survival strategy is extraordinary. Camouflage, armor, inflation, and even its bizarre blood defense work together against predators. Its famous eye-squirting defense isn't magic. It is an extreme biological adaptation developed through millions of years of evolution. Across the deserts of North America, this strange little reptile continues to survive beneath the blazing sun. A living reminder that nature can create defenses stranger than anything humans could invent. Wildlife challenge question. What unusual defense can some horned lizards use when threatened? A. They spray blood from near their eyes. B. They fly into trees. C. They turn completely invisible. The correct answer is A. Some horned lizards can force blood from vessels near their eyes, creating a startling defensive spray that may discourage certain predators. Think the horned lizard is strange? The next reptile is even more unusual. It carries a massive shield-like structure on its head and uses it to survive one of the harshest environments on Earth. Subscribe to Lizard Legends for more cinematic wildlife documentaries exploring the world's most extraordinary reptiles. One incredible reptile remains after another. Next, we're heading into the deserts of Africa to meet a lizard with a bizarre helmet-like head and an incredible ability to survive without drinking water for long periods. The desert has another secret waiting.